Well, life is a mystery, and Ketu, the south lunar node, is a mysterious planet. Well, if you take away the mystery and everything was certain, then you wouldn't need faith. You wouldn't need God. Faith functions best when you don't know. So God often puts us in positions where we don't know. We don't know what's happening, what to do, where to go, when to do. In other words, God puts us in positions to destabilize us from relying too much on what we know. You know, everything in life is not logical and practical. Sometimes you have to believe in the illogical, in the impracticality of life. Because everything what happens is not logical and practical. A life lived purely logically is not worth living. However, tasting life beyond the logical requires commitment and intensity. You know, you must have experienced in your life certain things happen to you. You go through certain things in your life and you don't understand why it's happening to you. Later on, you realize that whatever you had gone through was for a reason. All that you went through, the good, the bad and ugly, prepares you for now and the future. So never regret what happened to you in the past, because the past and your present is preparing you for your future, your bright future. With this faith and belief, you need to enter this particular time when Ketu is in the Virgo sign. You must have this belief in you at this juncture that whatever is happening for your good, and whatever will happen for your good only. You must have that kind of faith where you believe that whenever you take a step in that river which doesn't have a bridge, a plank will appear under your feet. Whenever you take a step in that river which doesn't have a bridge, and when you take that step, that first step, a plank would appear. And when you take another step, another plank would appear. God will not let you fall in that river and not let you drown in your life. This kind of faith you should exhibit at this point in time. Ketu is about spirituality, karmas, religion and intuition. And the sign of Virgo, which belongs to the planet Mercury, represents communication, analytical thinking and intellect. And remember, Ketu has certain characteristics of the planet Mars. Let me tell you that Ketu is an enemy of the planet Mercury. So Ketu at this juncture will be in its enemy sign. Well, let me tell you something about Ketu. Ketu can't see. So at this point in time, you shouldn't see other people. I mean, what other people are doing. What other people are doing is none of your business. You need to focus on your life at this juncture. If others are doing wrong, that doesn't mean you'll also start doing something wrong. I mean, you need to be original at this point in time. Don't emulate, copy or imitate others. Be yourself. You need to focus on what you are doing rather than seeing what other people are doing. In other words, mind your own business. Ketu can't hear, so you shouldn't hear anybody's gossips. If someone is bad-mouthing someone in front of you, you shouldn't care about it. You should just focus on your life, yourself, your work, your karmas, your action. And don't hurt anyone at this point in time. I mean with your words, with your communication. Because Ketu can't talk, can't speak as well. The fact is that Ketu can't see, can't hear, can't talk. And Ketu wants you to be righteous while seeing, while talking, while hearing. And Ketu is just interested in walking, crawling, running. It has 2 feet and 2 hands. That means it believes in karmas, in actions. It doesn't want to copy others. Ketu believes in originality. So you need to stop thinking at this point in time, and without any logics and reasoning, continue doing the work which you are doing. Work without any sort of expectations at this point in time. You shouldn't worry about the consequences and results of your work at this point in time. I mean, when Ketu is in the Virgo sign. Well, trust no future, however pleasant. Let the past bury its dead. Work in the living present with heart within and God overhead. Ketu has a heart, and you need to listen to your heart, because where your heart is, there your treasure is also. Well, if you can't run at this point in time, you need to walk. And if you can't walk at this point in time, you need to crawl at this point in time. But make sure you keep moving forward, because Ketu, the karmic planet, the spiritual planet, wants you to move forward in your life at all costs. The planet Ketu believes in moving forward, in working, in actions, and your karmas should be in sync with your moral values at this point in time. Even if others are doing wrong to you, even if others are criticizing you, even if others are not supporting you at this point in time, you need to keep going, and you need to forgive people at this point in time. You know one thing about unforgiveness. Unforgiveness is that poison which you drink and you expect the other person to die. So don't infuse any bitterness, rancor, anger, hatred, resentment in yourself for others at this point in time. You need to forgive others at this point in time. You know, when you forgive others, you feel that you have taken that baggage off your shoulders and you are in a better position to move forward. You can move faster and swifter in life if you forgive others. You know, some people tell me that we have forgiven that person, but we haven't forgotten that thing. What kind of forgiveness is that? Where you have forgiven that person, but you haven't forgotten what they did to you. So you need to forgive and forget about that incident which happened in your life earlier. Well, you need to believe in the unknown at this point in time. You need to believe in God at this point in time. You need to believe in yourself at this point in time. Well, those people who believe in the invisible can make those things visible for themselves. And don't get disturbed and distracted if something doesn't happen according to your plan. Well, if you imagine something and it doesn't go the way you imagined, and if you are a weak person, you are gonna quit, because you'll think that it's not happening according to your wishes and desires. Well, not everything will happen according to your wishes and desires. There is a touch of God in your life. Well, if it happens according to your wishes and desires, well and good. And if it doesn't, you need to believe and understand that there is a wish of God in that particular thing, in that particular event, in that particular circumstance, which you will be going through at this juncture. I mean, when Ketu is in the Virgo sign, and when God is for you, who can be against you? Well, faith functions best when you are a simple-minded person. If you think too much, if you add a lot of logic and reasoning to your faith, then you will never be successful at it. You need to have blind faith on God at this point in time. You need to have blind faith on yourself at this point in time. You need to play this game of life at this juncture like that cards game where the person doesn't see the cards and he or she keeps betting without knowing which cards they have. In other words, you need to become a gambler at this point in time. In other words, take a chance. Take that risk. You need to trust in God at this point in time. You need to trust in the unknown at this point in time. You shouldn't think about the results and consequences. Those results and consequences are not in your control. How a thing is gonna happen in your life is none of your business. It's nature's business. You do your best and God will do the rest. Do what you can and the rest God will do for you. With this faith and belief and with this confidence on God and yourself, you need to move forward in your life at this juncture. Well, life is essentially a series of problems. An end to one problem is simply the creation of another. Well, if it ain't one thing, if it ain't one problem, if it ain't one difficulty, it's another. I'd say several others, and I'd like to replace the words problems and difficulties with the word challenges. Every day life throws a challenge at us, and God wants us to face those challenges and overcome them with our brains, with our intelligence, with our intellect, using our hands, feet, brains and body. This body wasn't given us for eating, drinking and sleeping. These things were given to us to fulfill the purpose of our life. Eating, drinking and sleeping and animal can do also. But God gave us brains also, intelligence also. So we need to use all these things at this point in time, which will also improve us spiritually. You know, running away from a problem or difficulty is not the right thing to do in your life. This is not the right mental attitude of a human being. Facing your challenges, facing your life problems and difficulties is your spiritual field. And the more you strive to overcome your problems and difficulties, the more you improve spiritually. So running away from the world, running away from your problems, running away from your difficulties, predicaments is not the duty and responsibility of a human being. Facing those challenges is your duty and responsibility. Running away from a problem or difficulty is cowardice. People call those people wimps. So this is not the age of wimps. You need to show courage, strength and power at this point in time when Ketu is in the Virgo sign. You know, if you don't have courage and strength and bravery and confidence, then you have lost the power to do something. So never lose these things and not let others denigrate you, belittle you, run you down. You shouldn't let others disrespect you, and nor should you disrespect yourself, because you are something special. You have greatness in you. You are a masterpiece. You are a genius, because your father, your mother, God He is omnipresent. He is omniscient. He is omnipotent. So if God, our father, our mother is omnipresent, omniscient, omnipotent, then we being the child of God have similar characteristics in us. If God is our creator, we also have some creativeness in us. Well, at this juncture, don't think that you have been left behind in your life. You know, every one of us has a different timeline. Some find their love in their 50s. Some find their purpose in their 40s. Some travel in their 30s. Some take huge risks in their 20s. So every one of us has a different timeline. So never underestimate yourself and think that you have been left behind in your life, and never compare yourself with others, because you are one unique person on this planet Earth. There is no one else with the same fingerprint as yours. So God has made you unique. So don't underestimate yourself at this point in time, because you are unique. And don't let others criticize you, denigrate you, belittle you. If others are being critical of you at this point in time, tell them to keep quiet. And if you can, tell them that you are a masterpiece, because you are the piece of the master. God. The other thing is that Ketu wants you to do or die at this point in time. I mean, Ketu wants you to do it or die at this juncture. Whatever the purpose in your life is, that you need to follow that purpose at this juncture. Whether you face roadblocks, barriers, hurdles and obstacles in your life, don't let those barriers, hurdles and obstacles deter you, discourage you, scare you off, create doubt in you. You need to stop worrying about these things and find a way forward. You need to focus on what you are doing, and you need to focus on one thing. And if you focus on several things, then you will never reach the purpose of your life, the goal of your life, the dream of your life. If you start walking towards a direction and take 2 steps, and then after some time you take another 2 steps in a different direction, then you will never reach your goals and dreams. So you need to focus on what you are doing and find a solution to the problems and difficulties which are stopping you from reaching your goals and dreams. Well, if you try to catch 2 rabbits, you will not catch even one. So that focus, that concentration is very important at this point in time. I'd say that you need to practice focusing on what you are doing at this point in time. Well, I was just talking about do it or die. That simply means that you are gonna climb your mountain because it is your mountain. Even if that mountain is too far, rocky, steep, you are gonna climb that mountain. You know, the world has a very strange way of stepping aside to those people who say, I'll do it or die. And be sure, if you have this attitude in you, then nobody can stop you from reaching your goals and dreams. And ultimately, either you'll be waving from the top of that mountain or you'll be dead on the side. What an honorable death that would be, or what a wonderful victory that would be for you when you wave from that mountain. Because you promised yourself you ain't coming back, you ain't turning back, you ain't giving up. What a great moment it is to realize that you gave every ounce of your blood, sweat, tears and your soul to reach your goals and dreams of your life. Well, this is all I wanted to tell you all regarding Ketu in the Virgo sign. If you want some specific predictions about yourself, then you are most welcome to contact me. Well, like I always say, that if you wish to know your future through astrology and you are determined to live the best possible version of yourself, well, one must always try to live his or her best version of themselves, because there is only one life to live. There are no duplicates of a life. You will never get a chance to live this beautiful life once again. And if you want to enhance your luck in your life, if you want to boost your luck in your life, if you want to increase and improve your luck in your life, let me tell you, I have several remedies for you. You know, these remedies which I am talking about are a fusion of astrological remedies, Vastu remedies and religious remedies, which can be utilized by any person of any religion, because I believe that there is only one God in this universe. And if you want me to pray for you, because prayer can move mountains. So if you want me to pray for your health, wealth, success, money, business, career, job, relationships, love relationships, marriage, married life, children, property, education, romantic life, etc., 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 then also you may contact me. You may also contact me for a Vastu instrument. This particular Vastu instrument can solve all your Vastu problems in one go. Whether it is your office, factory, house or home, you can install this Vastu instrument at that place and all your Vastu problems are gonna end. And if you are hell-bent on taking your life from the ridiculous to the sublime, from the low point to the high point, from nothing to something, then you may contact me over WhatsApp. My WhatsApp number has been given on this video. Have a great day and a great life ahead. God bless you all. Jai Mata Di. Jai Ma Kali.